Here are today's announcements. Today is Tuesday, March 28th, day 1. The next meeting of the Tabletop Gaming Club will be held today after school in room 302. Cheerleading tryout practice is today at 2:30. All varsity and junior varsity girls basketball players must return uniforms, practice jerseys, and travel bags today. All items must be dropped off in room 121 or the main office. There will be a mandatory art club meeting this Friday during homeroom in room 105. See Ms. Shockey with any questions. Any girl in grades 8 through 11 interested in playing soccer in the fall must stop by and sign up in the athletic office any day this week. The PSSA door decorating contest has been extended until next Monday, April 3rd. Any club that would like to host the table for the fun fair on April 13th must contact Ms. Michaels. Any student council member who is willing to help deliver breakfast during the PSSA testing, please see Ms. Worley in room 222 or Ms. Michaels in room 304. PSSA testing begins next week with English Language Arts. The Law Office of Metzer Wickersham is conducting a scholarship contest. High school seniors are encouraged to submit a creative project about the dangers of drunk driving. Additional information is available in the guidance office. The deadline to apply is Friday, May 5th. And here's today's news.
School was closed March 14th due to the blizzard, but we didn't want to forget one of America's favorite snacks, potato chips. March 14th was National Potato Chip Day, and according to Fox News, potato chips are devoured at a rate of 1.2 billion pounds annually. So I went into the halls to talk to some people about what else but potato chips. If you could make any kind of potato chip, what would it be?
Taco Grande chips.
That sounds really good. What exactly would be on it?
It would just be, it would taste like beef. I don't know really what would be on it. It would just be like a beefy, cheesy flavor.
Do you usually eat your potato chips?
An ice cream.
Can you elaborate on that?
They're in an ice cream at Pepe's with pretzels and M&Ms.
Well, Pepe's is opening soon. Do you think potato chips qualify as eating your vegetables?
Definitely not. That is not a vegetable.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it's a vegetable.
Okay, what are your favorite kind of chips?
Middlesworth barbecue.
Okay, so it takes about 10,000 pounds potatoes to make only 3,500 potato chips. How many potato chips do you usually eat?
Probably like close to half the bag, I'd say.
So you just like keep eating them?
Yeah, it's just, you can't have just one.
Katie, how do you usually eat your potato chips?
I usually just eat them with ice cream.
Okay, so Nick, if you could invent any potato chip flavor, what would it be?
I don't know. There's a lot of good flavors out there. You have sour cream. You have regular old potato chips. They even have potato chips that aren't even potato chips, like Cheetos now and Pringles. So it'd be kind of hard, but I'd make one you could combine all of them, and it could be like a sour cream because I really like sour cream and like a barbecue.
All right, well, that sounds pretty good. What are your favorite kind of potato chips?
My favorite kind, sour cream.
Do you usually eat a lot or stop after a few?
Yeah, I eat a lot.
Okay, Lauren, where do you like to eat your potato chips?
Every day after school.
Okay, and what are your favorite kind?
Just regular potato chips.
All right, that's great. Potatoes are known for growing in Idaho, so where's your favorite place to eat potato chips?
At my house.
What are your favorite kind of potato chips?
I like sour cream and onion.
Okay, thanks. What are your favorite kind of potato chips?
I like barbecue chips.
Barbecue. If you could make another flavor, what would it be?
Probably like pickle. I don't know, dill pickle.
So, Mr. Cunningham, if you're not a big potato chip fan, what's your favorite snack?
Sam, actually, for food, I enjoy, snacking on pretzels instead of potato chips. Since I'm from Philadelphia, pretzels are a big deal there, so don't really like the potato chips too much. They're a little greasy for me, so I go with the pretzels.
All right, that's great. So, Mrs. McBride, what are your favorite kind of potato chips?
Veggie chips.
Veggie chips? They're not exactly potato chips?
Not exactly potato chips. They're made from peas and broccoli and lots of greens, and they're non-GMO.
In 1853, America's most popular snack was invented by accident. French fries were popular at the restaurant where George Crumb was a cook. One day, someone complained that the fries were too thick, so he made a thinner batch, but the customer was still unhappy. George then made fries that were much too thin to eat with a fork, hoping to annoy the customer. But with this last batch, the customer was actually happy, thus inventing potato crunches, now known as chips. George Crumb later went on to open his own restaurant called Crumb's House, where baskets of chips were set out at every table. In the 1920s, traveling salesman Herman Lay sold bagged chips out of his car in front of a market. Lay's chips are now the #1 selling brand in the United States. However, locally, many people are loyal to Middlesworth and Wise. No matter what kind of chips you like, we can all thank Mr. Crumb for inventing one of America's favorite snacks. The Elks Junior Student of the Month for February is Junior Rosalino Machapane, son of Antonio and Giovanna Machapane, Mount Carmel. Rosalino is the treasurer of the Interact Club and the secretary of the Tech Ed Club, is in the Art and Calc Clubs, stage crew, football, soccer, and track. Rosalino is also a member of the National Honor Society and has previously participated in the Odyssey of the Mind World Competition. He also enjoys drawing, soccer, and hanging out with friends. Rosalino plans on becoming a civil engineer. Keep up the good work, Rosalino. This past Saturday and Sunday, the Mount Carmel Public Library hosted a mini golf fundraiser. People of all ages sought admission for only $5 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The library opened Friday night to players who challenged the 18-hole course, which took its path through the library stacks. Both Vince's Cheesesteaks and K&D concessions arrived with their food trucks, bringing popular business all day. The library staff and the sponsors worked together to decide many of the obstacles, and a private firm set the green carpet for the course. Mount Carmel librarian Vivian McCracken said, "The first ever mini golf course event at the MCA Public Library was very neat. I was not sure how they were going to set up 18 holes in the library, but library clerk Ralph Hidmarch, with the help of Logan McCracken and boys and young men from Scout Troop 0174, did it." The library also gave out books to children, held a raffle, and a contest to estimate the number of candies in a jar. The library staff said that the event was an overall success and that they would like to thank all who participated. The MCA Public Library welcomes all to enjoy its contents and hopes for a more successful event in the next year. The vocab word of the day is aspiration. When students are writing their research paper, they often feel exasperation. Stay tuned to find out what exasperation means. We'll be right back with Nick and Sports.
The stage is set for the Final Four, which features the North Carolina Tar Heels, Gonzaga Bulldogs, Oregon Ducks, and appearing in the Final Four for the first time in history is the South Carolina Gamecocks. To recap, the Sweet 16, 11-seed Xavier knocks off 2-seed Arizona. Arizona was a heavy favorite to make it to the championship. 7-seed South Carolina takes down 3-seed Baylor by 20 points. In the Elite Eight, number 3 seed Oregon would beat number 1 seed Kansas by 14 points to advance them to their first Final Four since 1939. 1 seed Gonzaga would end Xavier's unexpected winning streak with a dominating win. The Cinderella story of the South Carolina Gamecocks would keep rolling as they beat Florida by 7. Arguably, the best game of the tournament was 1 seed North Carolina versus number 2 Kentucky. The Tar Heels would win the game 75-73 from a buzzer beater. The Final Four will begin Saturday night with the first game at 6:10, which will feature the Gamecocks and the Bulldogs. And back to the news desk with Sarah.
Thanks, Nick. Spring has sprung once again, so has Spring the Fun Fair at MCA. Student Council is once again hosting this event to get things going for our major tests coming up. The date is set for Thursday, April 13th, just before our Easter break, and will take place on the first floor hallways or outside the high school with weather permitting. Fall Fun Fair included fun, food, games, and refreshments, as well as the photo booth, video games, chalk drawing contest, and more. Clubs will again provide activities and refreshments per purchase, and is still time for sign up to participate. Any club interested in having a table needs to contact Mrs. Michaels or Miss Worley. With everyone's help, this will be a great event. If anyone has any questions about the fun fair or wants a stand at the event, see Miss Michaels in room 304. Today's word of the day is exasperation. Exasperation is a noun that originates from Latin in 1540. It means a state of frustration or irritation. When students are writing their research paper, they often feel exasperation. And for today's lunch, barbecue chicken dinner, baked beans, and sweet potatoes, apple slices, choice of milk. And for tomorrow's breakfast, sausage, eggs, and cheese, whole grain cereal with toast, assorted bagels, chilled juice or fruit, and choice of milk. Today's Tornado Pride winners are 7th and 8th grade Bradley Belts, Anthony Carlson, Rebecca Troop, Alexander Jones, and Mackenzie Zerby. That's all the news we have for you today.
And if you're a fan of Black Forest cake, make sure to have some today.
Because it's National Black Forest Cake Day.
Have a tip-top Tuesday, MCA.